Okay, hello folks, welcome back. So we're back, and this is more stage K lights and sound side of things. So I don't know if you guys have gotten videos. You probably have not, because I haven't posted on this channel in like ages. Don't mind this. This fucker. So this fucker is gonna go inside the bottom of this rack. Now, as you probably can see, leg 1, leg 2, leg 3, 3-phase, plus neutral, ground. It says 415 volt, but we can do it on 230 volt, 32 amps. So yeah. Just wanted to break up this video and just give a little bit of context, since this is now future Nikolai, like 2 months ahead of time of actually recording of this video. What we're going to say, a lot of stuff has changed. I haven't gotten the PDU yet, but basically what this is that we need 3 legs in order to provide it with, to get all 3 legs operational. Now we do, technically speaking, have a 3-phase system in this house. Funnily enough, it's not a 1-phase system where you have neutral and ground. It's a 3-phase system. So into the apartment, per outlet there is 2-phase instead of 1-phase. So instead of a L1 and a neutral, on my kitchen leg I have L2 and L3, and on my studio leg / server rack / audio equipment leg I have L3 and L1. Now what we're doing currently is that we're just taking 3 fuses, non-ground fault ones, because if you are using ground fault ones, you'll have issues with it will trip on ground fault, because it doesn't get it. We're not pulling from both sides of the fuse, we're only pulling from one side, because we're basically creating a quote-unquote virtual 3-phase system. Now, because it's a 3-phase plus neutral box, it means we're dumping pretty much everything onto the neutral, which technically speaking is L1 on the system I have it on. As you can see in this diagram here. I am explaining all this better in a newer video, so just keep that in mind when you're watching this video. This is kind of an all over the place video, and it's not the final result. So I have a newer video coming up on this, where I'm even installing installing the fuse and installing the 3-phase outlet plug and all that. So just keep that in mind. That gives us 3 legs. Each leg has 2 C16 breakers, giving us, technically speaking, 32 amps per leg. But of course, 50 amp max, 32 max amp in. So yeah, depending on the legs we have, because we have to set this up on an IT system, which is not directly designed to be used in 3-phase, but you can use them in 3-phase. Now I have a buddy of mine, we have talked about how we can do this, and basically our temporary solution. Now this is not the finished setup, but we have this one here. This is a 3-phase plus ground contact, but right now I have it fired up in neutral, 2nd phase and 1st phase plus ground. So we got 1st phase, 2nd phase, neutral and ground. And then we have L3 here, so the 3rd phase, a gray cable, will come in there, and then the neutral with the red contact, and then that in ground and reason gives us 3-phase plus neutral plus ground on a 1-phase system. Now the plan is obviously to run this out and into an actual 3-phase breaker, and then run the actual plug off of that 3-phase breaker to make it look a little bit more proper. So yeah, because that's going in the bottom here, because as you guys probably know, this amplifier in its own amp max pulls 13 amps. And there's coming at least another amplifier in here, if not another one, for driving highs if I don't go active highs. And then there's gonna be a monitor amplifier in there too, because I want to do passive monitors, even though active monitors in some instances are better. So, but with that PDU coming, we already see we gotta move this fucker up. Now, what the hell? Oh, hi. Yes. So this one gotta go up. Breaking up this video again. There's gonna be active highs. The highs I'm gonna be using is the Persona CDL12, so there will be a line array set. All of this, that's also coming in a future video. So most of this video is probably just gonna be cut it out, since a lot of it is me moving shit around in the audio rack. So yeah. Because that right there is a 123U model, I believe. PD power distribution, dimension, rack installation possible 3U, yes. Which means we got 1U down here, which means we need to move this fucker up 2 U's in order to fit that PDU in the bottom. Ow. Now, here's the thing that's kind of a little bit of a honk, because I've been talking about a UPS for the console and stuff like that. So what we're gonna have to do then is make 4 U's of available space, and then we have the PDU in the bottom, and then we have the UPS right on top of the PDU, basically looping straight into the first one on the PDU, because I want battery backup for at least the consoles and stuff. Amplifiers and drive racks. Maybe the drive rack, since it only outputs signal, so maybe the drive rack too. Basically anything data related. Sure, they're DSP amplifiers, but they have already been restarted and there's not many changes we do on them. The actual potentiometer is analog, so it won't like reset our levels. So yeah, so this fucker needs to go up. Now, only one problem with bringing this up, or well, not really, because there's not that much of a loop in that cable. Now, in ground and reason, I have something I want to check. And that is that's how you do it. One, and as far as the other mics go, we have one AKG. Well, I guess this is the time you guys get to see my crappy outlay of equipment, or well. So we got an AKG D5, decent microphone, a standard vocal microphone. Really, it's comparable to the Sennheiser E6 649, 635s, or whatever the fuck the model number of those was again. And then I have here a Rode M1, which is also kind of a great vocal microphone. It's a quite more omnidirectional than the AKGs. I've tend to use this thing on guitar cabs, or normally I would use an SM57 or something on guitar cabs, but I have used this in some guitar cabs, miking acoustics directly, and it's worked fine. Then you just have my crappy gear for music per se, non-labeled, whatnot, cheap, crappy ass microphones that they work, but you gotta do a lot of EQ adjustment to them to make them sound good. And this was something I bought way back in time, so is it about time with an upgrade? Yes, it is. I mean, I have a lot of these back there, but I don't have a bloody mic stand in this house. But now that's moved off, so now we can fit the PDU in the bottom. We shall see how this will work out, if this eventually ends up being only a back of stage rack, and I have a different rack for front of house. I don't know, we'll figure it out. The plan for the time being is to have this one at front of house and get like a speak-on snake or whatnot and feed up. Now, to some people that might sound unnecessary, but you know, I like having a chunky rack at front of the house too, you know. But there again, location is also going to vary a bit of how long cables we are, where there's an available 3-phase 32 or 50 amp service. Yes, it is a 32 amp breaker, but I can run a 50 amp service on it as long as I don't pull over 32 amps. So I can run a 50 amp service on it. The red contact 3-phase plus north plus ground is standard 50 amp service here in Norway, or Europe at least to some degree. So we got the small cat boxes, which is 130. Then we got the cat racks, which is 250. Then we got Super Cat. Wall cat. So basically at that point it's 250 for that one, and then I might as well. I mean, it's cheaper, but there again it's only, what is it, 12 channels? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, it's a 12 channel. And I mean, it gives me the expandability to 16 plus 12. So that gives me up to 28 channels, but then I might as well just use an S16 stage box, which is like, I mean, it's cheaper, but for shipping it won't be any cheaper because like duplicate. Okay, can I get all of these in like the English one? Thank you. Why do you always have to pull up the Norwegian searches, you donk? Here we go, thank you. Then I'll pull up the next one from there, and then I'll go directly on to gearformusic.com, which is where I'm actually logged in. Then S16, not both. I said S16, you donk. Yes. Well, there's the DL16 wireless mixer, but yeah, here's the S16 stage box. I mean, it's 7 grand. So I guess technically speaking, it would be cheaper to do the other one. Oh, what is a DL32 even? That's 12 grand. DL16 is 9 grand, so obviously more expensive than a S32. I mean, at that point you might as well start to wonder. You look at like the Behringer S16 and it's just like, oh, 718. And then you have like, for about 2 grand more, you have the full S32, which means you can basically replace your analog snake box. Which is like, it works. We got direct P16, we got ADAT output, we got MIDI output, we got everything. Because basically what my plan has been is to have, because as I have right now is a 12/4 Sub-Zero snake. Now the plan has been to get an EVI 32/8. I think it's a 32/8, if not it's a 32/16. I don't think there's a 32/16, but that shouldn't really matter because as far, I think 8 cents to the stage will be fine because some is gonna be in there. We're gonna have at least like 4 in-ears in the rack. And then we're gonna have some subgroups and whatnot, and then our main outputs. So it's like, probably what I'll end up doing is putting the S16 in the back, putting a QC PLD or something in here, and then just doing right up 4 to there, 4 to the wireless, a speak on out. So it's like, so yeah. Basically, if you want to see the difference between like those two mics, I've already shown the difference between these two in an earlier video. I don't know if it's out, but I'll show you guys the difference between this mic and this mic. Shouldn't really be using this short of cable, but if I'm just careful with how much, okay, never mind, maybe not. Because that is guaranteed feedback, my boy. I could do this a different way. Just for testing purposes, does this thing have power? Yes, it actually does. Well, then this might work. This might work. No, it...
If nobody you're able to set up like Scott in the first spot for photos, you're going to get set up there.
So I'm just going to use number 5 as a temporarily setup. Now I'll just move 5 up to like number 2. Then now yes, mic 2 is a part of vocals. I'll have to bring my vocal subgroup up.
7 through 10 we have DSP for mains.
Because basically that's coming through there. No, these are supposed to go to a main. Low cut 128. So if we connect in this thing and I pull up here, and I can already see there's way too much gain on this thing. Check, 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 check. Seems fine, I guess. Check 1 2 2 2 2 2. Check, 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 check. Check 1 2. Why don't we have audio? Mix, mix. Ah yes, because you're not unmuted. Check, 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 check. Check 1 2. Check, check 1 2. Check, check, check. Check 1 2. Check, check 1 1 2. Check, check, check 1 1 1 1 2. Check, check, check with the AKG D5. Check, check, check. That's AKG D5. Then we got the this one, which is about the same amount of gain, I guess. Check 1 2 2 2. Check 1 2 2 2. 1 2 2 2 2. 1 2 2 2. Check, 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 check. Check 1 2. Check, check 1 1 2. Check, check, check with the Rode M1. Check, check 1 1 2. Check, check, check. Now, when I think about it, the gain on this thing does look a little low, doesn't it?
I am strategic in which
Check, 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 check. That looks a little bit more appropriate. Then we can go back and then turn her up. Check, 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 check. Check 1 2. And we still got a fair amount to go until we're up there, but obviously I don't want to do that, because if we go any higher, then howdy, welcome feedback. So here we are. So yeah, so that's the Rode M1. So I attempt to mic guitars and shit with this thing. So yeah, but at least there you know, I'm using the I'll be using the pro version of the app, because as you know, Behringer did not release an Android version of their app. So so basically, if you're an Android user, you're stuck with, you can get X32Q on Android, but you cannot get the Mix app. So this is basically a mixing station. It lets you do, I think it's X-Airs, M32, X32s, X-Air 12, 18, diverse other rack mixers. So yeah.
Start with 5 millimeters and see how that looks across the front. And we have, what time is it? Well, we got plenty of time. We're going to put 3 light trees across the back here, and panel lights on the front. These show maybe panel lights on the front.
So basically you can do extra do, extra mirror, wing, we have the R1 task, the S key and the Q. We have the VI and the SI versions of Soundcraft. We got the Mackie DLSs. Yeah. Yes, account action required. Yes. I'll deal with that later. She's 409. That explains why I feel tired. It's not I feel tired, but I don't want to go to bed and this is one of the reasons why I'm waiting for my girlfriend to move in with me, because she will pretty much force me to bed and I just have a good of it.
Blizzards. You're putting out 4 of those? 4 blizzards?
Yes.
Okay, that should work. And over there, so we can look at some photos. I think we're gonna have plenty of space. It's nice that we were able to kind of take what we needed to fit the band, especially in a room this small. Sometimes the band ends up getting cramped. We're not today.
These would be linked normally, but I got like a single cable.
It's about 2:24. We're supposed to have everything, our stuff done by 4:30. They're gonna have the ceremony. You can see through the window there, that's a tent right there, that white. They're getting married in the tent.
Stacy? Yeah. Can I get your help, please? Yeah, right here. Right in the hole. I want it to be at an angle.
Right.
Oh, it's up to you here, maybe. You can just help me lift it up. I don't have to.
And you put each here.
How's that look? It's I think it ready to fall without this. Yeah.
So yeah. So I have a bit of plans, but
2 speakers for our body covers.
definitely this PDU is first priority.
That's how it sounds in here and where people are. Cabs.
I'm speaking for pin too.
We can, adjust these. I'll have them run off matrix every 2 hour. But we gotta get all the way down to that other room down there where the other speaker is. I haven't used these in a while, but these are gonna be perfect. So I have Cat 5 right there, and then we have the Cat Snake from Sound Tools, and that'll allow us to do is to use an Ethernet room. They use the 54 is waiting, and we'll get this all straightened up later. We're just kind of under a time crunch to get the system up and going, and we gotta be quiet. And so during that quiet time, we'll fix everything up and get the cables all addressed. But the mixer's right here, so that XLR is running here. So next I'm gonna make this run down the wall, and that's where these guys again will come in handy. So there'll be the box here, it's running here from this cabinet, and then I will plug in the Cat 5 here and run it against the exterior wall. And then this box, sorry about the terrible camera work, will be at the other speaker, and this will complete the connection. And I'll show you what it looks like when it's all set up. opportunity to get down there. We're gonna set up that other speaker next. And yeah, every now and again, it's nice to have that flexibility. Things like this, it's perfect.
Oh.
Having out.
Well, I don't know,
I'm not gonna
folks.
try to stack that other speakers by myself. You saw the fail there, so I'll get her to help. And they're continuing to take pictures here. And it's a busy room. Hey, there's Stacy. We just stacked this cabinet up here, right here.
So yeah, so I'm just gonna say I'll probably continue this video tomorrow because I just all of a sudden like this became just not being able to think properly. I just boom, I turned tired as fuck.
Way over there. As I look at it from here, probably.
So
maybe
I'll catch you guys tomorrow.